Hey, how are ya? All right, let me see here. Oh, speaker view. Let's see what I got going on here. Oh, you're over there, over here. Hold on, hold on. Oh. Huh. This is so weird. I haven't been able to get this view for a really long time, and now it's working. I love it. All right, let me see what's going on here. Who's sharing their screen? Is that me? Somebody's trying to share their screen? That must have been me. Oh my God. It's been a crazy couple weeks. All right. Let me get my name right here. Oh my, who's that? Welcome, welcome.
Hello there, Marianne.
Hi, who's that? Who's talking? Glenda?
Joanne.
Is that you?
Joanne.
Joanne.
Can you see me?
Oh, I can now. I can now. Sweet. All right, I'm going to do the view that Tom always does. There we go. All right, let me see. There's some new thing on here now. Okay.
Hi.
All right. How's everybody doing?
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Lanny.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Cindy. Hi, Paul and Randy.
Hello.
Brenda.
Marianne,
What?
did you get my email? Did you get my text?
Oh,
Marianne,
what?
did you get my text?
When did you send it?
Yesterday or the day before?
Oh. Whoa. Okay, Lanny, you're unmuted. All right, let me look here. You sent me something. I think it was an email.
I'll send it to you again. We'll work on it for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. No biggie.
Oh no, I got 3 emails from you, but they are all from the. So maybe
It was a text message.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna go blank because I'm moving.
All right.
Hey, Marianne. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Lanny.
Hey,
Peggy.
how are you?
Great. How are you?
Wonderful.
Hey, Pamela.
Hello.
Hello.
I see Mark on there too. I feel like romper room. I see Marianne and
I
Cindy.
know. No, I always say Hollywood Squares.
Oh, see, I'm older than you, right, by a couple years, so I say romper room.
Are you older or younger?
I'll be 52 in a couple of weeks.
Okay. So I'll be 50. I'm going to be 60.
You will not.
I will too.
No, you won't.
Yes, I
That was
know.
so awesome. Glenda, Glenda's here.
So it's funny because I talk to people and they're always assuming I'm like, much younger, but that's okay.
You're
I like
adorable.
that, right? Who's going?
Yeah.
I'll be
Hey,
44 this
Kristen.
year.
Hi, Marianne. Hi, Lanny. Hi, Pamela. Cindy. So,
You. So much
Yay.
fun.
yes, I do romper room too.
See?
But I'm 61.
61, romper room. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Did anybody do Hollywood Squares?
Yeah, I used to do Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm older than you, Marianne.
What's that?
I'm older than you are.
Yeah, you are. I think you are. We'll
Hey.
give you that. What? In a good way. I mean, come on.
All right. Okay.
Oh, we're loading up here. I love it. I got to see who else. Hi, Shelly, Sharon, Patrick.
Jan. Oh, Colleen.
Jan,
Lenny.
Colleen. Woo! Jan Kennedy. Oh my gosh. This is so much fun.
Hi, Jan.
Did you see the video of being out on the boat yesterday?
Yes.
And
Oh
Tom-
my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
He almost killed you.
I was sick to my stomach all night. I don't know what happened, but when he took off, I wasn't ready, and I kind of like closed my eyes, and both Denise and I were like, oh, just, it was crazy.
Denise almost went off the back end.
Oh, geez. She's just sitting there all nice and relaxed.
Yeah, that would be the stern, right? We'll talk boat talk,
I
right?
don't know about I can never remember when we're on the cruises. I can never remember. I have to go look at the map all the time.
If you're a couple 100 feet under the water, it's all smooth.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Mhm.
All right. Well, oh, where the heck's Tom? Is he on here? I don't see him. I better text him. I don't even know what he wanted to talk about today, but he did those videos on the three-way call.
There he is. He just came up.
Where? Oh, there he is. Oh, hold on. You're muted. Okay, now you can talk.
You guys like my shirt?
You know, okay, be careful. Where are you standing up to? Okay. Here, I got to put you on the big screen. No, don't sit down.
I'm not.
All right.
Is it backwards or can you read it?
No, it's good.
Made it.
Yeah. That's
Isn't that cool?
Woohoo.
How
Very
do we
cool.
order one?
I don't know. They're on Facebook somewhere. I saw a link. I'll see if I can find it.
He's
Isn't that something else?
He's always funny.
How's
Yep.
everybody doing?
We're
Great.
good, Mom.
Let's get this show on the road.
All righty.
Give me 2 more seconds. I gotta go to my other computer. I have to be able to see the comments and who's on here. Otherwise, it's be crazy.
All right, I'm just going to mute. I think everybody's muted, but I'm going to just do a mute all. And where'd you go? Oh, hold on a minute here. Okay, now you're unmuted. You can go whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I am ready. Man, there's already a lot of people on here. You people are getting better. Holy mackerel. Okay, so I'm sure that every one of you are in 65 and a wake up, even though I don't know that you are because you're not posting very much. But you know what? That's fine by me because I love you all. No, I love you all just the way you are. You're an unbelievable human being. Hi, Chris Downs. How are you? I love you. And, you know, here's the deal. You can do this however you want. But what I want to ask you is how that's working for you. And what I want to have is I want you all to have breakdowns so you can have breakthroughs. James Earl Moore came down to the office today and he was talking about his complete and total frustration with himself around rejection in 65 and a wake up. And he was telling me these stories where people actually go out and try to become rejected. So you get used to it. And I did a course at one time called the Landmark Forum. And at the Landmark Forum, you do this course called the Landmark Forum, then you do this advanced course. And then you do this self-expression and leadership course. And inside of that course, they taught us about unreasonable requests. And that what you had to do for like a month was make unreasonable requests of people. Like you'd be at the grocery store and you'd look at the lady and say, can we have these groceries for free? And watching those people try to figure out what to do with that question was worth its weight in gold because they just didn't know. I mean, they give it to me for free. They give me free desserts. One time and they really had a story about people, and my kids hated this, about people, and this conversation is going somewhere, so I'm not just talking. But they had this conversation about everybody always going, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And that's the common cliche that everybody has. But what I'm sorry really means is nothing to most people. So as a result of that, what they did to us was they said, when somebody says they're sorry, your job is to say, I get that you're sorry, but what are you going to do about it? And so wherever we went, when somebody said I was sorry, whether it was a waitress or anybody else, I'd say, I know you're sorry, but what are you going to do about it? And then I would leave it without anybody, with nothing else said. And these people, it was the most pregnant pause in the world. And then people are heaving free stuff at you. They're heaving desserts. One time, my kids just hated it when I did it. It was so embarrassing. But I was in this course and I had to do it for literally a month. And my kids, one time we went to this Mexican restaurant at the drive-thru and they messed up the order. And I looked the lady right in the eye and I said, I get you're sorry, man, but what are you going to do about it? And she literally took a bag of chips this big that wouldn't even fit through the window and heaved it at us. Like, just get out of here. Is that going to be enough to have you not talk, mister? And I love that, because what I learned, hello, Melissa Miller, Don Carlos, what I learned was every one of us have that kind of stuff going on. Every one of us are afraid to ask for anything. And once you get that rejection means nothing, rejection means nothing. And that's what I want for every one of you, to have rejection starting to mean nothing. Because all you're going to do is go past rejection to the next person. And most of you are really, really hung up by that. So but in the coffee shop interview, the reason that course meant so much to me is I hate rejection. I was scared to death. I never asked Denise for a date. Everybody knows that story. I did not. I hung out with her forever because I hate rejection so bad it's unbelievable. And that's why the coffee shop interview, Chris Downs and Shelley and Saffron Sal, that's why that coffee shop interview is so doggone powerful. Because during the interview, you are asking them what they're going to say yes to, and you're asking them what they're going to say no to. And you wait a couple days, and then you go back to them, and all you do is ask them the questions they said they were going to say yes to, and you don't ask them the questions they said they were going to say no to. Is that the most perfect thing you've ever heard in your life, Peggy Gleason? I mean, it's unbelievable. That's all you need to do, Cindy. So the deeper you go into the interview, the more important it is. And as I keep talking to you people, and I want at least Pamela Schwartz and Lorette Willis, and hopefully Lori Danette's on here, people that are getting up toward 50 days, I want you to get on here and talk about what has happened to you, because the coffee shop interview has become so automatic to you that you're not afraid to do it anymore. And somebody today said, I still don't have anybody to talk to, and they were on day 35. They've got 70 names. If they're truly on day 35, they've got 70 names in their pipeline that they've interviewed. And in that 70 names, they ask people about their money, their time, and their health. And inside of that, a lot of those people had to say they had issues with money. So as a result of that, all you do from there is say, I need you, I've been thinking about you, and I'm sick. Is Roxana on here? Did anybody see Roxana? Somebody nod. Okay, she's not on here. Her friend, she's got this friend she loves so much that she's so afraid to have the money conversation with and say, I want you to join me in business. I said, Roxana, you don't need to. You already know everything about this lady's money. What you want to say is you know somebody that might be able to solve that money problem for her, and that you want to get her on the phone with this guy named Tom Chenault, because Tom Chenault helps people like this all the time. He can tell you story after story of people that are like you, whose life has changed. So all of a sudden, she doesn't have to have that weird conversation. She sends me the coffee shop interview, like from A to Z, with this lady's life and blood type on it. And then I go in as the expert. She edifies the heck out of me. I go in as the expert and speak straight into this lady's listening. So all of a sudden it's powerful and not kind of goofy. I don't want, here's the deal with me. Get a Power of Who book, Marianne, and hold it up, or have James do it. So here's the deal. In the Power of Who book, he proves definitively that every one of you have unbelievable friends that love you with everything that they've got. This book right here, The Power of Who. This book is unbelievable because it proves to you definitively that you've got those friends. And every one of us have those really, really close friends that we grew up with. They're our best friends in the world. And guess what? They are the last people that you go to for help. They are the last person that you talk about money to. They're the last people that you go borrow $500 from, because you've got this whole looking good going on or whatever it is. And I am going to tell you that I understand that. I would have the same problem. But with my friends, hi, Jan Kennedy. With my friends, I look them straight in the eye and I say to them, I would do anything for you. I would loan you $100. It would make me feel good to loan you $100. Anybody here? But the fact of the matter is, I would no more call them for $100 than the man in the moon. And that's the way most of you are. That's the way most of us are. So know that about yourself, and know that about the people you're across the table from. But if you're having a conversation, a conversation about this friend of yours that could help him out, a guy named Michael Booman just came into town. His jet skis are broken. He came in from Lake Tahoe. He's going to come down to my house tomorrow and hop on the water with his jet ski, and it's broken, and he thought he could get it fixed. He called me on the phone and said, who do you know that could fix my jet ski? I've called everybody in town. I had him hooked up in 2 minutes. I dropped what I was doing. I called Ryan Hayes. I said, Ryan, as a favor to me, will you fix this guy's jet ski tomorrow? He said, absolutely. It's over. I feel so good. It's unbelievable. But on the flip side of the coin, I would no more borrow $100 from Michael Booman than the man in the moon, because it's our looking good conversation. But I'll tell you what, I can be that third party referrer all day long. Does that make sense to you? Am I beating a dead horse there? Okay, good. So George Maitland, I have no idea what that link was, and I'm going to erase it unless you tell us what it was. So the name of the game is every one of us are in this lane, and it's called Interview Two People. That's the book on Amazon. Thank you very much. It's a tiny, I love you guys. Okay, it's a tiny link. So here's the deal. I was talking to Luis Ariaza this morning, and I said, how do you have all those rank advancements? He said, we bring people in, we get them on the product, we sell them a CEO pack, we make sure that they get the CEO pack for free by getting their money back by signing up 4 people. We teach them to do exactly the same thing with their business, and the party is over. And that's all he does time after time after time, is roll over CEO packs like it's going out of style. I personally use the brick rank. You guys know I use the brick rank. That is senior associate. That is 200 QV yourself. That's 1,000 QV in your first 3 levels, with 3 people on your top line doing 100 apiece. If you do that, you are something called a senior associate, and you are building a brick wall that no one can rip asunder. And that's what I want for every one of you. And I know that every one of you can build a brick. I am positive of it. And the name of the game is, by building that brick and that brick rank, every one of you can build your business strong, and you can build it wide. But those senior associates that we're talking about, those people are not your, I got to get rid of this. Hang on one second. My screen's all covered up with people. Okay. I can't see myself. Okay, so that brick rank is something that I want all of you guys to start getting. So what you're doing, just think about that. And Marianne just put that brick building worksheet up. But the name of the game, in fact, why don't you cover my face with that brick building worksheet real quick so I can show them what they've got, because it's pretty crazy. Those aren't your customers. Your brick rank is not, those are your leaders that you're building the wall with. Your customers are absolutely awesome. They're the most important part of your business. But I promise you, you want to build these bricks yourself. So what are you going to do? You're going to make a brick out of yourself. How do you do that? You come in with 200. You start doing 200 every month yourself. You make sure you've got 3 people on your top line doing 100 apiece, like Marianne's circle right there, and you've got 1,000 in your first 3 levels, and all of a sudden you're starting to build yourself a foundation that is going to take you to the moon. Because imagine yourself with those 3 people on your top line doing 200 apiece and then 1 more. So you've got 4 200s on your, you got yourself doing 200. You've got 4 bricks on your top line doing 200. And then you go down and do the same thing 1 more level. You've got 16 people on your second level doing exactly the same thing because you taught them to do what you do. And this party's over. That model that she's got right there is only 3 because this is a 3-legged comp plan and everybody uses that but me. So go ahead and put me back up, Marianne. But you guys, every one of you can do this with the coffee shop interview. There's nobody out there that can't build a brick and be a brick themselves. There's nobody out there that can't build another brick. And once they realize they can build 1, they can build 4. And once they've built 4 bricks, they're going to know darn well that they can teach people to build those bricks. And what I want you to do is build yourself a foundation. And I keep talking about this thing because it's so critically important. But if you look at that brick right there, that looks like coffee. That's a coffee brick. If that brick were orange, it might be a Beyond Tangy Tangerine brick. If that were some sort of fuchsia or something like that, it'd be a memory keeping brick. I don't know what color the brick is that you've got or how you're building your business, but I promise you, everybody gets to build it in any way that they want. So I want you to concentrate on that. If anybody is confused about that right now, tell me. Tell me you're confused because I don't want you to be confused. I want you to start building bricks with your business builders and saying, I want you to, so think about it. Once somebody just becomes a sales associate in their first 2, and they've got 1,000 in their first 3 levels, and they've got 3 people on their top line, they're a senior associate, they're getting about, if they've got 1,000 QV there, they've probably got 80 or 90 BV, and they're already starting to get a decent little check from longevity. And then it grows and grows and grows from there. But I want you guys to build an unbelievably strong foundation. So I want to go back to what Dr. Ariaza said, because if you can put that kind of focus on things where you are enrolling people, you're getting them on the product, you're getting them to 200 minimum to build their business, or they want to come in with a CEO pack, it's 500, that's your call. But if you build that foundation strong, and you build that foundation wide, that's okay. So Shelly, where are you? Shelly, find Shelly for me. Good. Find her yet? Raise your hand, Shelly, so Marianne can see it. Are you on a camera?
There she is.
Where is she? Oh, really? Hold on.
Is she on a camera?
Yep. Next to Chris down.
There she is. I got her.
Where?
She's waving.
Page 2.
I don't know. Your screen's different.
Okay.
She's in a blue shirt. Hi, Shelly. How are you?
Good.
Okay, get closer to the camera so I can talk to you.
Okay.
There you go. Are you shy?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's good. Who are you? Are you a memory keeper?
No.
What's with all the pictures on the wall?
Oh, well, they're on my family.
That's memory keeping.
Okay, yes.
Okay, good. All right. So what do you do? Who's there with you? I just saw you.
My husband's home.
Doesn't he want to come on screen?
No, he don't.
Okay, that's good. Where do you live?
We live in Salina, Kansas.
Okay, and how did you get into longevity?
Our son joined when he was at Fort Hayes, and then we went to a meeting to find out what he was in and decided to join.
What a good deal. Don't be nervous. We're going to have some fun here. So
Okay.
Why are you, it sounds to me like you want to build a business.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Why?
So I can leave my job and
Oh, I thought you were going to say leave my
my
husband.
grandkids.
Okay. Where do the grandkids live?
We have a couple that live right here in town, and the others are in Topeka.
Okay, good. And what kind of job do you have now?
I work at home for Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Okay, good. But it's not that fun. It's kind of a grind and you don't like it as well as you want.
No, it's kind of boring. I just type all day.
Yeah, that's a drag. Okay, but they pay you to do it, which is okay. But you'd like
But
to
I do
leave
pretty
that.
well.
Okay, so what other hobbies do you have? What do you do for fun?
Well, I don't really have a lot of hobbies.
Okay. You look pretty fit. Do you exercise?
No, I'm on keto. So
It's working.
it's too hard.
And you're in, and where do you see people?
Well, there's not a lot of places here in Kansas to do that, but at the mall and some of the other stores that I go in.
Okay, so why do you find product users? I don't get how you find product users.
They'll see a post I do on Facebook or other social media, and just at church,
Okay.
family, their friends, they contact me.
And what's the biggest problem that you have selling the product to people?
The price.
The price. And the price is too low or too high?
Too high.
And it's too high because they haven't got enough money?
Well, that's what they say.
Okay, I know.
And-
I'm with you. I'm with you. Stay with me. Okay, so have you ever pushed that conversation with them at all? Say, why don't you have enough money?
No, not really.
Okay, so can you hear what you're saying to me? You've got a bunch of people who would love to have their products for free because they love the products, they're just too expensive, and that they don't have enough money to really do anything, because if they don't have enough money for product, they're probably running out of money in all areas of their life, right?
Yes.
But what kind of dog is that?
I'm not for sure. We have two of them. They're both mutts.
Okay, good. All right. I just didn't I was hoping it was yours and you weren't going to get bit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so next question is what I'm trying to tell you is the reason you only find product users is because you're stopping you're stopping that coffee shop interview at the product, because that's what you know, that's what you love, and that's what you're familiar with. But the problem is with all those product users, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to find and develop leaders, because you aren't looking for those people actively. And the message that you're sending out to them is you're stopping at the product. And what I would love to do, and you're probably in Scott Fardulis's organization, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What I would love you to do is really maybe work with me on getting your interview to a point where you really, really know what you want out of longevity. And let me help you figure out your story that is, my wife's interrupted me.
No,
You're frustrated.
no. So I feel like it's a spot that you got it. Like perhaps she has a hang up about the expense of the products and it's showing up.
Do you want to tell her that?
I think,
My wife has given me, I'm trying to listen to you like powerfully. And I have my wife like in my back office going, oh, why'd you say that?
no, it's great. You're both doing an awesome job.
Okay, so tell her what you said right to me right there, because it's kind of important.
So one of the things that when I was being coached, one of the things that was helpful for me is this sentence called, you spot it, you got it. So what that means is that if you have a lot of people telling you, you know what, the product's too expensive, then most likely you probably think that the product is too expensive, and it's showing up in other people as well, because you attract that to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what we want to do is break you out of that. And because in the next week. So if you're willing, Marianne will send you my contact information and Denise's, and we'll coach you through that and help you with a few conversations this week with our people. You don't have to go with your friends. And we're going to break you through that. Because looking at the way that you take care of that beautiful home of yours.
I know it's spotless.
I know it's spotless. And usually, everything.
Well, we don't have kids at home, so.
So what? Our house, I will not turn it. You should see this place. It is such a dump. So it's because of me. It's terrible. gives me one little tiny corner that there's my corner that just drives her crazy, but it's off limits because I just
Pile that
stash everything down there. So anyway, the fact is, the reason I'm telling you this is because I know that you are stopping at your comfort level because you aren't the bravest person in the world. You're a little shy. You're a little scared, and you don't really like rejection very well, right?
Right.
Okay, and you don't really like being nosy into people's personal lives, do you?
No.
Okay, that's perfect. You are hand dropped for, okay, so everybody, okay, so we're gonna take you off, but you've got to, will you promise me that you'll work with me for a week?
Okay.
Have we ever spoken before, face-to-face or on the phone or any other way?
No, we just met briefly at convention. That was it.
Okay, what I want everybody knowing is this wasn't set up. You're gonna see a breakthrough come out of her in 1 week, you guys.
Well, I just want to say, Shelley, that was a huge, just coming on camera like this.
I know.
That was
I have no makeup on today. So.
Even more of a breakthrough, but that was very brave and courageous. So that's already a breakthrough.
And it's going to get better, you know, because
Okay.
I know, and if you think, and everybody should tell her this, if you think you're the only one that's got that story going on, you are crazy. Are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah, you told me that. That's how you found the people. Are you in 65? Are you in 65 and a wake up?
No, I'm not.
You have to join it.
Okay.
And you throw your face in there because people are going to want to contribute to you and people are going to want to help you. Is Lanny your upline?
I use her like she is. So,
Yeah, she's just Mother Teresa, isn't she?
yeah.
I love her. All right. We are dancing. She's a fellow Kansas girl. She's a vice chairman. So you start, or a presidential something. So what, you know, and obviously, you know, those other people whose names we shall not mention, they've done a pretty good job of building a business in Kansas too. So I know we can build it in Kansas. So, all right, Marianne, get this poor girl back to her life because she's freaking. You can turn your camera off if you want to decompress.
Okay.
All right, that is so cute. Yeah. Look at Denise, like that little model back there. So is there anything else you want to say about that?
No, that was, I thought you did a great job. And-
Considering she was barking at me the whole time.
No, it was great. But, you know, I mean, that's one of the big stops is people a lot of times just want to talk about the product because they don't necessarily have belief in the compensation plan, right?
Yeah.
And so it's very safe to talk about the product, but then what you see is, like Shelley, is that you know, when you have people that are constantly showing up in your life that are saying, you know, I don't, you know, everything's too expensive, then you might want to look at the possibility that you have the same story, because chances are you do, and that they feel like you'll let them off the hook if they go, oh, it's just way too expensive, and you go, oh, I know it's so expensive, you know. But if you really believe that there's an extreme value in the products that we have, and if you believe that you can show them that that they can get their products for free as the first step to taking advantage of the comp plan, then that's how we set that whole thing in motion. But it really comes down to what's your belief about money.
And I'm throwing a whole bunch of videos up on 65 and a Wake Up that are how to do all this stuff. And anything you guys are stuck on, like that little roadblock right there, I'll do something on it. I want to know what you need in order for you to be better. I have a woman here to my right that thinks my videos are too long, but
over like 4 minutes. It's like, but you guys, listen to this though. This is what's terrible is that, so Tom will record it, and then we have to listen to it like 2 or 3 times, and then he watches it and he gets such a kick out of himself. It's like hilarious. One time he had headphones on and he's laughing hysterically. I'm like, what are you watching? He goes, me.
If you don't like yourself, who's going to like you is what I say. So here's the deal. And doesn't my hair look nice today?
You just
Thank you.
like a doll.
Okay, good, honey. So here's back to it. anything that you guys need, whether it's how to start that conversation with somebody. James Moore and I were talking today, and he's an Uber driver. He goes, gosh, I just don't understand how I get the phone numbers. And so I just get, so in conversation, we talked about something, and I waited about 5 minutes, and then I thought about something James really wanted. And I brought it up, and James goes, hell yes, I'd like to have that. And I go, well, send me an email to remind me that I'm supposed to send it to you. And he goes, okay. And then he realized I trapped him, because what I did was I created something so exciting for him to email me about. And then I've got him, and people don't ask him for their phone number. Yeah, sound like a creeper.
No, well, then it's a little creepy, but also Facebook is very safe as well. So I would say email and Facebook are the two safe ones.
Denise is right. I hate you, George. So
thanks, George.
Anyway, so here's the deal. So even on opening up the conversation, you gotta stop looking at people like prospects because what you're trying to do is figure out how to wedge in your sales presentation instead of just wedging in something about them as a human being that's wonderful. What you're trying to do is make those people leave you feeling better about themselves than they did when they got there. And if you'll do that, and she wants to say something.
Well, just not using the coffee shop interview as a manipulation.
Oh yeah, do not do that. And those of you, and here's another thing. I mean, I'm opening these texts from Robert Estes and Pat Kendall, and you go, would you please do a 3-way call for me? This guy's 35 years old. He just lost his job. He needs money. And that's the whole coffee shop interview. How on earth can I how can I speak into somebody's life with no information? So if you'll do the interview and give me all the info that you want, I know this guy wants to build a business. I know he needs money. I know that, but you have not completed the interview yet. And that is completely dangerous because we can't speak into their listening. And then you guys go and enroll people into the business. And you stop at the sale. Okay, I want to sign up. And you stop the enrollment process of finding out why people are really getting in. Even if it's product, you've got to know definitively why they bought that product from you. You've got to know definitively of what they want out of their business and what you can do to help them out. That enrollment process does not stop the second somebody says yes. That's a manipulation and a trap. You can't do that. You owe those people that complete interview, and then you put it in your phone, and the minute they enroll in the business, you send it to your upline. That's what I love about several of you. When you bring somebody in, you send me the information, and I can then call them on the phone, say, man, it sounds like you got 3 kids. You're teaching at the school. You want to make a little extra money. You want this thing to work for you because you know the school teachers don't have a big retirement, and that you've dedicated your entire life to being a teacher and traded off big earnings to do it. And now it's your time in the sun. I can help you with that. Marianne, we got some noise. So I don't know what it is. But anyway, that's what you do. And so send that interview to me or to whoever you're doing it to. And when you bring them in, and those 6 people above you, or whoever it is that you're really working with, send them the interview. So, I do it to Cheryl Morley all the time. That poor woman hates me because here I bring in somebody and I send their interview so Cheryl can call them on the phone and speak to them like they're old friends. And it makes all the difference in the world. Cheryl's my upline. How many more 3-way calls do you want to do it? Okay, so here's the deal with that. My commitment on that, and George Maitland just asked me a question. He's got a guy at least named Corey Gold between him that's a very, very good 3-way caller. And so what I would, and Sandy Ellsberg, so what I would tell George is I'm one of his arrows, the guy that just said that. So what I want George to do is use Corey first and foremost, because Corey makes a lot more money off of George than I do. And then just use me. I want to be your 3-way call guy for your big hitters, George, because you're quite a ways away from me. But inside of that, to show you that this works, I'll do all the 3-way calls with you that I want. You have a special spot in my heart, and I'll help you with everything I got.
But the other
But
thing
I'm trying to create this thing So when you guys become the upline like Denise and I are, you're not working all over the place. You're supposed to also have a life as a network marketer too. And you don't want to be doing 500 three-way calls all day long. Go ahead.
And with 65 and a wake up, that community was created so that no matter where you are in longevity, you can use other people in that group to do three-way calls as well.
Yeah. And just in the case of, was a woman's name Shelley? Somebody not that I just talked to.
Yeah, Shelley, yes.
Okay, so in Shelley's case, you know, when we start working with her this week, I'm gonna enroll Lanny into that conversation. I'm gonna enroll Marianne, and I'm gonna help her build a support team that is so rock solid. This woman doesn't know what hit her, because my job is to have her realize that she can do this from the middle of Kansas, working at Blue Cross Blue Shield with two dogs and a husband that doesn't want to come on camera. I am gonna prove to her, like everybody else, that she can do this business. Does that make sense to you guys? And she has a son at Hays State. You know, I could have gone real deep into that interview with her, but you have got to ask the questions. You got to complete the interview no matter what. All right, anybody else? Okay, we're doing okay here.
I heard you at the beginning.
Who?
You.
You were listening?
Yeah.
That's a miracle.
You were talking about taking risks, right?
Okay.
At the beginning?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No.
But, you know, I mean, here's the thing is that you guys just, you know, have fun with it and play with it. And like, you know, when you're having a conversation with somebody, get a little risky and just, you know, say, what do you think about network marketing? Because really, you're going to find out how to say things and how to not say things. But I think that you have to not be afraid of making mistakes to figure out what works for you.
And somebody made a couple of huge mistakes yesterday.
Not me.
I know.
Oh, no, I'm kidding.
And I found out about it. And I called that person on the phone and I said, here's the deal. I'm going to have a tough conversation with you that's not a tough conversation.
Did you make a mistake?
I didn't make a mistake, no.
Oh.
Somebody did. And I found out about it. And I called and coached that woman through the mistake. Because if you're doing anything, you're going to make mistakes. I love you mistake makers.
Yeah.
I should have been kicked out of Longevity 100 times over the years. I have done everything. They should have shot me at Sunrise. And I didn't have a mentor like me. I didn't have a mentor that would admit that he made mistakes. All the mentors I had were acting like I was the only guy in the whole company that made the mistake. And I promise, I know that I'm not. I know that if we're ambitious and we're going for it, we're going to press that envelope and we're going to make some mistakes. And what I don't want you to do is jeopardize your business or the company, but I also want you to keep pressing that envelope. I want you to be outrageous. I want you making I want you, you know, I was telling these guys about unreasonable requests.
I know, I heard the chips.
But you were there for that, weren't you?
No, not for the chips.
She was.
But I was on the back end of when you would do that, and the kids like going, "Oh my God, Dad, can you please not say that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I made them better, and my kids
but,
are.
You know, and it is shocking because people do not want to say no, and so they'll do anything to not have to say no, or you know, to make it right. So yeah. You know, I like around the money thing, you know, what if you just said, hey, what would it feel like to not have to worry about how much the products cost? Like, wouldn't that feel awesome?
What would it feel like the first day your products were actually for free for a long time? What would it feel like if you were making a little extra residual income and you could actually help those people that are so broke in your town? And I don't care where you are, whether, you know, Lorraine Williamson always tells me how broke they are in Mississippi. Lance Gordon tells me they're all broke up in Milwaukee. Everywhere you turn, somebody's telling me that everybody around them is broke, because that's all we ever hear from anybody. But once you understand that you are the hope master, you are able to be cause in them not having to be broke anymore. And you believe that fervently coming out of your mouth.
That's the piece.
Yeah. Yeah. She's 100% right. Here's what used to scare me, and you can write this down. My biggest fear was going broke enthusiastically and taking other people with me. Not if that's you. I mean, that's every one of us. That's why we don't.
Especially if you don't have the paycheck to back up the belief.
I know it. So that's why we don't ever want to get our family and friends in here. We don't mind losing $500, but if you think I'm going to go to Thanksgiving dinner and have my relatives there wanting to kill me because they signed up in this company and they didn't make it, that's what we're afraid of. We're afraid of going broke enthusiastically and taking people with us. But today, I believe wholeheartedly from the bottom of my heart that if you'll meet me halfway, I can help you get yourself out of the jam you're in, health-wise, time-wise, or money-wise. You have to do what I do, so you've got what I've got. But I am telling you, I'll do this with you every inch of the way. So that's all this is. I know you can do it, you guys, but you got to learn the skills, and then you pile the charisma on top of it. I was long on charisma at the very beginning. I've always had this goofy, whatever it is, but I had no skills. And so people would sign up just to get me to leave.
Ego? Oh, just kidding.
Arrogance, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, people would sign up just to get me to leave. You know, that was what it was. I did not know for sure that I could take somebody from zero to wherever they wanted to go. And today I truly believe that. I believe that for every one of you. And because I believe that for every one of you, it's true for me. And that's why I'm on this, think about it. You know, you guys are absolutely whining at me every day about because I want you to post on 65 and a wake up. Have you noticed that I respond to 100% of your posts? Have you guys noticed that? I respond to everything you guys post. So you're posting once, and I'm posting like 90 times a day. I get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and my hair's all messed up. Then Denise goes, "Where are you going?" And I'm going down to talk to everybody on 65 and a wake up before the hair on fire call, because I've got to let them know I'm in this foxhole with them. But you know I'm in the foxhole with you. But what I want to ask you is if your leaders, your team, know that you're in the foxhole with them. Do they know that? And I threw something up here on Facebook about on 65 and a wake up about not lurking, about playing. And I had a lot of pushback on that. And they were all saying, "Tom, I'm like not really into it. Tom, I'm supporting my team. I'm not doing it." But you know what? You guys don't like it when I don't do it. You guys like it when I'm in the foxhole with you. And I think your leaders like it when you're in the foxhole with them, as tough as that is. Does that make sense to you? Oh.
Well, the other thing though is a lot of these people don't have they don't necessarily have the team though too. And
all the easier.
Well, that's the thing is I want to say the fact that you're on this webinar, the fact that you're calling in, you want to be better. And I know that you can take one person and help them be successful. And every time you help that one person get successful, then it builds your belief in longevity and in yourself, more importantly, right? And so don't think about building a team. Think about one person, that you want to build one person, right? And you can do that.
Here's what you need to know. I just saw somebody talking about being vulnerable, and it's kind of tough being vulnerable when everybody else is just watching. You know, that bravery has unbelievable benefit. And don't ever, 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 ever be ashamed about being vulnerable or authentic or real. Steve Wallach and Dave Brisky and Alex Tice watch this board like you cannot believe. And the reason they watch it is because they know that this board, this crew right here, is the crew getting stuff done.
Yeah.
And you pouring your heart out and inspiring and teaching and coaching people is changing the face of this company. And it is real. It is slower than the people playing games with a comp plan. There is no question about it. But I am going to tell you that you guys are building bricks. And I am going to tell you that those bricks are going to turn into a brick wall. And it's going to turn into a brick house.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, you're going to have a house like our brick house. and you want the house like the brick house Denise and I are building. So I just want you to know that I am committed to this being worth it for you with everything I've got. I can do it from here. I can do it from here. I can't go all over the country and do all the stuff that, you know, every time I'm in Toronto, somebody's asking me to be in Chicago. Every time I'm in Chicago, they're saying, how come you don't go out to the East Coast? Every time I'm on the East Coast, they say, why didn't you come to Ontario, California? But from here, doing it like this every day, doing a video and talking to you guys every day and plugging those holes for you so everybody wins, and then you guys collaborate together to help each other, it changes the price of poker. There's a woman on here named Terry Dawson, who is the most adorable. Tell them about Terry Dawson. You love her more than I do.
We love her equally, but what I love about Terry is she had
Bravest woman ever. Tell them the story.
She had an unbelievably hard job where she was working tons and tons of hours with a boss who was just a bear cat. And at one point she decided enough is enough. My life isn't worth, you know, my health isn't worth a paycheck. And so she decided to quit her job and to do longevity full time. And she, you know, it really, longevity and getting successful in longevity is about baby steps, you know? And so she decided that she was going to rent a hotel in a hotel room in her town and put on a opportunity meeting. And our worst fears happened, and that was that nobody showed up. But the cool thing was that she said, I did the meeting anyway because, you know, I needed to get better. And so she went back home, and she, after that meeting, after giving the meeting to nobody, she went back home and rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed. And you know what? You don't know who's going to show up, but I totally believe that the right people do show up. And so if nobody's shown up for you yet, it's just that it's not your time. And Dr. Wallach tells an amazing story about coming to Denver, Colorado in the middle of winter on a Sunday evening when the Broncos were playing. They were probably playing like the Raiders or something, right? And he had a meeting, and he and Robert Snook had this hotel room, probably a space for 500. And they got there, they got set up, and it's snowing and snowing. There's like 3 feet coming to the door. And it got to be 7 o'clock. Nobody showed up. And about 7:15, Robert Snook says to Doc, he says, well, Doc, you know, I guess we better wrap it up. And Doc said, nope, we're going to stay a little bit longer. And so they ended up staying a little bit longer. And he tells a story of this woman, this little old woman.
Jackie Dreyer.
She wasn't that old at the time. She, with her galoshes on, sloshing up to the front door. And so she walked in, and he gave that entire presentation to one person.
And she bought product but didn't sign up.
But then what happened?
She signed up 90,000 people.
So you never know, right? Like, you never know who's going to show up, and it's God's timing, not your timing, right? And so the only thing you control is you doing your work, you getting better, you going out there and you know, just putting it out there. And you don't have control over somebody else's timing, which I believe is a huge part of it, right? That a lot of times people have to have an opening. They have to be open-minded enough to be able to hear the message, right? And if somebody's life is going along pretty great, then they may not really be open to hearing the message. But there's so many people out there that are looking for you because, you know, they need the money, they need the products, they need something that we have. And so, but you can't, somebody's at her door.
That's David. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. I truly believe you're ripping people off by only selling them the product. I truly believe you're ripping people off by only selling them the opportunity. He's going to give you $300 and tell him I want to talk to him about that whole deal, but I can't talk now.
But now in like 5 minutes?
No, he can wait for a few minutes for it to have a short chat. All right, you guys are important. See that? I'm even kicking bill code. People bringing me money out of here. So the thing is, you're ripping people off. You got to go deeper and get more related. I promise you, it works. And you're going to love it. And once you start realizing everybody has a story that will bring you to your knees, if you'll just take the time to listen to it, you're going to start getting related to human beings. Patricia Schwartz, unmute yourself. You're going to get related to human beings like you've never been related to human beings again. I mean, it's amazing. So Patricia.
You mean Pamela?
Pamela Schwartz. Patricia.
Yes.
Pamela Schwartz. Well, I thought about you mid-sentence as I'm in the middle. Nobody can think like that. Even Einstein couldn't think of two things at the same time, and I just proved I can't. Okay, so Pamela, talk about the depth of your relationship since you started taking this thing deeper.
Oh, well, it's incredible because, first of all, what you said earlier today was about not worrying about the negative answers, not worrying and not being so attached to them. So, for example, today I was talking to a guy that I stopped by his business yesterday for talking about loans because he owns a sign business. So he deals with lots of different companies that he creates the signage for their trucks, for their buildings, for everything. And I've known this guy. I knew his parents and him in multi-level marketing, and he wasn't there the day that I came, but I left my card and I asked one of the guys that works for him to call me. And so we connected today early, and he said, I don't need a loan right now. However, I'm going to keep this in mind because I'm going to have to buy some equipment and I'll probably need it. And I said, well, thank you so much for that consideration. I said, actually, I was calling, stopping by to see you because I know about all the connections that you have. And, I wanted to be able to help you to be able to increase your business. And so we can do this together kind of a thing. And he was like, oh, like it totally turned him around because I wasn't asking for something from him per se. I was looking to do something to help him. And so it was really kind of interesting. And so I'm leaving it to settle a little bit for him. I haven't even addressed the part about his ability to become a loan agent where he can be the one making the lion's share of the commissions by the people that he knows. But it's about understanding the timing and the communication and how those things happen and getting to know people on a deeper and deeper level. And when you foster this relationship trust, then once you have that ability, when people start to drop those walls down, then you have a better chance of connecting with them on any multitude of levels based upon what they tell you they're looking for. So what else do you need?
Hey, no, I want that. That's what I wanted. It was exactly right. I'm looking for somebody else I want to introduce you guys to. Okay, you bunch of high school dropouts. You wait till you see this. Okay, Marianne, there's a guy whose name is EIPE KUR Curvila, and he's kind of dark. He's got some level or blinds behind him. This guy is Dr.
He's unmuted. There we go. Now we can see.
Hi, doctor. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. Is the light better?
Oh, yeah, you're beautiful. He's an anesthesiologist from Denver, 25 years. He and his wife, Lisa, own the Blissful Med Spa, and he came to us via Sorvana, something else, and Free Life, and we love this guy. How you liking longevity, sir?
Well, we've been coming to all the calls every day and learning more about the business. And there's a webinar tonight at 7 p.m. with
Farduas
Scott and Kevin Fournier. So we're looking at that, and then coming up to Loveland tomorrow to see what's going on there and meet some people. We're meeting Scott and maybe come via Longmont.
Come by Longmont. We just drink wild turkey here, but you can come by and have a nip on the way. Yeah, that's a joke. So we love you, man. It's an honor to meet you and welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. We're looking forward to working with you guys for a long time,
You
forever.
got it. Congratulations. That's cool. Back to me, Marianne. Isn't that cool? And you know, that's what's really so amazing about this is the people, you know, this guy, Deb Hull's bringing in a guy from the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, there is so much cool stuff going on. And all that's going to be is a rising tide floats all boats. So all of us just need to lever off of everybody else and take this thing on. So here's what I want you to do. It's almost over. Is anybody else going to want to raise their hand about massive successes as far as relationships and the difference between? Here's another thing I love about the coffee shop interview. You're not having to look at every human being as a prospect anymore. You're looking at every human being as a human being in a potential relationship, because when you're looking at people for money, all that is a transactional relationship, and that sucks. It never works. So I promise you guys, if you'll stay with me on this, every one of you are going to have major breakthroughs. Major breakthroughs.
It's like the story of bamboo.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah. Tell them.
Do you?
Yes.
Go ahead, say it.
Bamboo grows like crazy under the ground, and finally it pops up and goes like 8 feet in a day.
Well, no, it takes a long time for it to pop up, Tom. That's what I'm saying. You don't see it. You don't see all the results of all that work that the bamboo's doing for a long time.
Sounds like my love life. So anyway, that's awesome. So you guys, I love you. This is gonna. What is next Tuesday night? Is that the 4th of July?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the day off.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the day off. So we're not gonna be here next Tuesday night. But I love you
But
guys.
it's a perfect opportunity to do the coffee shop.
Love you guys.
You guys do that. Mark Bauer, I haven't heard from you all week. You need to call me. I'm looking for you, buddy. Dewana Cox, I love you. It's great to see you on here. You are a great woman, and I love your husband. And you guys have been through hell and back with the situation that you were in, and I have nothing but respect for you. So know that. George Maitland, you're a rock star. Robin Tanner, you
guys,
know where you sit.
Thanks for showing up and, you know, for wanting to do better. And it can happen for you. It's not just everybody else. It can happen for you.
Little Stacy K, you know I'm looking for you. I love you. Hug that daughter of yours. So everybody have a great, great night. No matter what, I can't. And come to Colorado. I have nobody to pull behind the boat. So call me. Come out here for sure. All right.
I don't have a wait.
So much. Appreciate you.
We'll see you later. Love you.
All right, thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Tom and Denise. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
guys.
Thanks, Marianne.
Love you.
Bye, thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Pamela.
Totally awesome.
Where are you going?
Thank you.
Do you want anything to eat?
Thank you, Marianne.
Okay.
Thanks, Jane.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Denise.
Bye.
All right,
Thank you.
we're out of here.
Bye.